everybody, welcome back to the FIM Motocross World Championship. It's round 9, it's the Bitci MXGP of Afyon. And we return to the Afyon circuit, where last time out the action in MXGP Race 2 was frantic. Jeffrey Herlings emerged as the eventual winner after a dramatic final race that saw him recover from a poor start to pass Jorge Prado on the final lap to claim his 92nd Grand Prix win. Prado's second and third netted him second overall. He now occupies second in the championship, just 13 points behind Tim Geiser. And as for the HRC man, well, he had a mixed day, going 6-1 for third overall in what's turning out to be one of the most tightly contested championship battles in years, where any one of 5 riders can still win the title. This is the Bitci MXGP of Afyon, and as always, we are live. Thanks for joining us today for our live broadcast here. 24 degrees, those temperatures now rising, the wind picking up ever so slightly as well, barely a cloud in the sky, and we are set for MXGP Race 1. And if it's anything like we had for Sunday's second race, then we are going to be in absolute racing heaven, I guess. There's a flat plan of the lap, same as it was the other day, just 1 or 2 changes. We'll cover those as the race unfolds. But our winner here on Sunday was Jeffrey Herlings. He is very much in this title fight, 36 points off the lead, Tim Geiser, despite breaking a shoulder blade in the first race in Holland, missing the second race there, sitting out the Czech Republic. As he said in his post-race interview, he's missed 75 points this year alone, and he's right there still, 36 points. So it's not easy, and he admits that as well. Tell you what is easy, though, bringing your chili bin and sitting there under the brolly, enjoying some MXGP action. The racetrack just getting a little bit of TLC after MX2 Race 1, a little bit of water, a little bit of prep work, nothing too major. In a moment we will go down and speak to Tony Cairoli on the grid. Before that though, let's take a look behind the scenes. We caught up with JK Racing Yamaha. Now they have 2 riders in MXGP this weekend, or this trip. One of those in MXGP, the other one in MX2, Alvin Osland and Gerard Congos.
The team started with my dad in 2000. This will be the 21 consecutive year in the World Championship. Year by year we are still here fighting. We have to say thanks for this season to Yamaha Motor Italy for their support and Yamaha Scandinavia.
The 450 class, it's a strong class. The start of the season was good. The fitness, I feel it's a little bit different. In MX2, maybe around 15 and lower, it was a little bit of different, but in MXGP, I think everybody's a little bit stronger. So that is the most difference that I feel. The top guys is really fast, but I think from 10 to 20, it's very open, and that's also very fun and good, and it's always good racing.
My first journey is 250. I talked in winter with JK team, and I decided to make this move to get some experience in MX2. I'm so happy for this opportunity. For me, it's difficult because I'm very aggressive with the bike, and this bike, you need to go so smooth, race to race. My feeling is better with the bike. And the World Championship are very fast riders. It's an incredible ride with these guys, and it's a dream for me.
For my teammate Gerard, it's a big step for sure to go from 125 to 250. He took his first points yesterday, so he's going in the good direction. I try to help him with small things that I see.
Alvin is a great rider, and I help me a lot.
The best race for me this year is Maggiora, the best results, and we are 13 overall.
This season, the best race is in Loket, I think, the second moto. Don't have points, but a good race. I finished 21, I think.
With Gerard Congos in the MX2, it's a learning year, so no pressure for him. Yeah, for sure, if he can get a lot of experience and as more points as possible.
The goal for this season is take some points on some races. It's experience for me. It's a new category, new team.
Dalvin Ostlund in MXGP is a rookie of this class. With him, the target is to be always in the points, and maybe, you know, before the end of the season to get some top 10 results.
The goals for this season, yeah, we try to get closer to the first guys, try to have fun, and that's when I ride the best.
Alvin Ostlund, a rookie in MXGP, Jared Kongos, a rookie in MX2, JK Racing Yamaha, providing the platform for those two to go and do their racing. Anyway, a few moments ago, Lisa Lehnen was down on the grid. Normally we'd have two riders, but this guy just kept on talking, He had a lot to say. Here's Tony Cairoli.
So I'm just on the start line of the first MXGP race. Let's touch base with some of the guys, as always. I'd like to speak to Tony Cairoli. Tony, everyone likes to gossip, don't they? People always gossip, and at the moment it's very much battle of the teammates between you and Jorge. What's your take on that?
No, it's okay. I mean, we all go for the championship, of course. It's nice to ride with Jorge, of course, but we don't have to be. We have to be a little bit carefully, because if we fight and we make a mistake together, other people can win from it, and we don't want this. So we want to stay in front both. So let's see if we can do it.
And that's the thing. Let's just talk about the level in MXGP at the moment. It seems that there's a handful of top guys at the top, and the level is actually a different level this year, isn't it?
Yeah, the level is very high, of course, and we are really pushing everybody to the limit all the time, and it's nice. It's nice, of course, for the TV, for everybody at home watching. It's always nice races, but the start is still really important, actually, and. If you are out of top 5 with the start, it's difficult to fight for the podium, because everybody is very fast. Also, like top 10 guys are very fast, so it's nice. Let's see if we can have a good start.
And just tell us quickly about the time practice for you.
Yeah, time practice was actually better than than Sunday. I struggle a little bit to get a fast lap always. I know in the race I can be better, but it's really important lately to get a good spot on the gate, and so we are working a little bit to try to improve some time in the time practice, and to stay a little bit closer to the top guys. This is because it's good for the gate peak. So let's see if we can do a better start now.
Best of luck, Tony. Thank you.
Here's how the riders look in the championship then, coming into round 9. Tim Geiser has a 13-point advantage over Jorge Prado, who got into second position after his podium appearance on Sunday. Romain Febvre is third. Tony Cairoli just 9 points behind the Frenchman. Only 26 points separate the first 4 riders. 10 points further back, we've got Jeffrey Herlings in 5th. Then we've got Jeremy Seewer, Paul Jonas, Glenn Koldenoff, Alessandro Lupino and Ben Watson. Watson not having an easy time here on Sunday. He'll be hoping for a better time of it here on Wednesday. Kevin Verlanderen sits 11th ahead of Olsen, Bogers, Van Horebeke and Jacobi. Last minute preparation for the riders down on the grid. Let's catch up with what happened during the time practice session earlier on, shall we? A fast drying racetrack greeted the riders then at the end of their free practice session that then linked into the time training. Jeffrey Herlings was a man in a hurry, and right from the very first lap he was showing good speed, but every time he got there he was kind of just challenged. Tim Geiser didn't get quite close enough on the HRC machine, despite the close attentions of his team. Tony Cairoli managed to pick off 4th place on the Red Bull KTM. Romain Febvre's first lap got balked by Kevin Verlanderen, but then when he did go out and put another lap, it was for 6th on the Monster Energy Kawasaki. Jorge Prado sat and waited and bided his time. And when he did go out, he was rapid. So too was Paul Jonas, but the standing construct gas rider only good enough for 5th, but less than 2 seconds off the poleman. A change of bike for Tim Geiser. More on that in a moment. In the end, Geiser could only manage 3rd, 1.1 seconds adrift of Jorge Prado, who went pole briefly. And on the final lap, it was Jeffrey Herlings who went even quicker, almost a full second quicker than Prado. Herlings will start on pole. He liked it, and so too did the team down there in pit lane. So the top 5 in the championship then, just to recap. Tim Geiser, 13 points clear of Jorge Prado. Behind him, to the tune of 4 points, is Roman Fevre. 9 adrift is Tony Cairoli. And 10 further back is Jeffrey Herlings. That's how it looks. 5 riders still very much in the title fight for the MXGP World Championship. Almost go time here. Round 9 of the FIM Motocross World Championship. The Bitci MXGP of Afyon, the same Afyon Karahisar circuit as we were at the other day for the Turkish round. Jeffrey Herlings goes to the line on pole for the 5th time this year, ahead of Jorge Prado, Tim Geiser, Tony Cairoli, Paul Jonas, Roman Fevre, Calvin Valandren and Alberto Ferrato with his best pole qualifying session of the season. Lupino goes to the line 9th, and actually he was very much overshadowed in race 2. With all the activity going on at the start and in the front of the group, he brought his home, MRT Racing KTM home, in 6th place. Good ride for Lupino, newly crowned Italian champion again. Just saw Jeffrey Herlings pushing his bike to the line a moment ago. A little bit of shelter needed down there in the waiting zone. Good to see Arno Tonis here with his teammate at Hostetler Yamaha this weekend. Valentin Guillot stayed home in Switzerland, won the 450 Swiss Championship, and now he's back here on the grid in MXGP. There is the number 84, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, Jeffrey Herlings. Needed a good time, which he didn't have on Sunday. Felt that cost him a little bit, but now he has that inside gate. He can command the inside, he can move across to the outside if he has to as well. Jorge Prado, the whole shot king, alongside him, the number 61, who so far has 7 foxhole shots under his belt, will be looking to make it number 8. So Jeffrey Herlings alongside him will have his work cut out. Alongside those two, we have Tim Geiser. So as they qualified in time practice, Herlings, Prado, Geiser, that's the gate positions they have filled from the left-hand side of the grid. The right, as we look down at it, it's 85 meters to the first turn. And it's a very fast, wide sweeping first turn as well. Tony Cairoli in the yellow city boots as opposed to the pink ones of Prado, and the fluorescent yellow helmet rather than the pink one and the goggles of his teammate. That's how you distinguish those two. He was disappointed and very unlucky, actually. And the mystery of the tough block that Cairoli landed on was unravelled on our studio show yesterday on MXGP-TV when we were watching the highlights before Tim Geiser spoke to us. And he basically said, yeah, actually, it was me that hit that, and I almost crashed. And because there was such a small gap, 4 or 5 seconds, there was no time for the marshal to get out there, pull it back. And, of course, Prado went one side of it. Cairoli landed clean on it, took himself out. And Geiser did offer an apology. But obviously that's racing. Sometimes those things happen. We just saw Paul Jonas on the gate. He went flying to the moon and back in race 2 on Sunday. Good to see that he's up and running again and healthy. Calvin Valandren, Kevin van Venrooy, Yamaha. Currently 11th in the championship chase, 12 off of Ben Watson. And tell you what, Ben Watson there, number 919, has a day similar to what he had the other day. Valandren could leapfrog him into 10th place, but see where Valandren is down the grid. He's over on this side, right where he needs to be. Watson and the other guys to the other side of the box have a lot of work to do from out there. There's Albi Ferrato in a place he's not seen too often before this weekend. The Fly Racing 15-second board up then for MXGP Race 1. It's round 9. We are at the Bitci MXGP of Afyon. Jeffrey Herlings and Jorge Prado in the first 2 gates. Alongside them, Tim Geiser, our eyes down to the right-hand side. The 5-second board turns. Who will it be that grabs that foxhole shot? If you're a betting man, you would normally say Jorge Prado. He cuts Tim Geiser off as he exits the start gate immediately. Geiser has to go defensive to the inside. He does that, but has he gone down? No, he hasn't. He's still there. He emerged in about 7th position. But the 2 KTMs of Prado and Herlings, and Fevre sneaks up the inside to take 2nd. Seawer is there in 4th place. Then Jonas, and then I think Kohlenhoff just behind him in the background in 6th position. Then Cairoli. And then we've got Jacobi in there as well. Geiser in around about 9th place ahead of Ben Watson. Great start for the Englishman then. Somehow he manages to get all the way across. There he is, just coming into land now in the background, but it's Jorge Prado who leads the way. Romain Febvre second, Herlings third, Siwa now up into fourth. Jonas in fifth. Oh, and almost up the side of the track there. There was a bit of a panic moment for Prado as he came into land. This is also what Romain Febvre needs. Febvre, third in the championship, 4 points behind Prado. So this is second and third in the championship, going at it first and second on the opening lap of this race. But once again, all the big hitters right where they need to be. Geiser going to the outside, trying to gain some momentum through the wave section. Just a few riders further back. He was ninth at the first split, but I don't think he's in ninth place now. 1, 2, 3 as they come through. Just looking to see where, as I was thinking 1, 2, 3, I was trying to count the riders through, but then keep an eye on Geiser. There he is in fifth place, just behind Jeremy Siwa. Towards the end of this opening lap then, it's Prado, Febvre and Herlings. Those three separated by 1.3 seconds and a slight gap back to fourth place, which is now Geiser. Geiser has gone through on Jeremy Siwa and into fourth place. The roost coming up off the back of the wheels of these super fast 450s. Excruciatingly painful, but these guys, like boxers, you get hit on the nose enough times, you get numb to it. Their arms will be absolutely pelted with bullets off the back of their wheels, and Herlings, a big mistake, has to rejoin the other side of the jump there. Got cross-rutted, he made the mistake. Has it all to do again. Prado coming towards us now. Febvre still got the Spaniard in his sights. Herlings having to dig deep. Geiser would have seen Herlings maybe just jumping back on track in that fourth place. Siwa 5, Jonas 6, Cairoli 7, Jacoby 8, Van Donnick 9, Ferrato in 10th place. Then we've got Strybos 11, Watson 12, Valentin Guillot. Good to see him up there in 13th ahead of Thomas Kier-Olsen. Here's what happened to Jeffrey Herlings a moment ago. Just came in too hot, got stood up, cross-rutted, nowhere to go, had to launch it to the outside. You can't turn around and get back on there because you're going to be into oncoming traffic. Didn't gain a position. So no action will be required there, I'm sure. Lupino in 15th. Koldenhoff has dropped to 16th, so he's had a fall on the opening lap. Tonas 17, Osland 18, Lacurcio and Jasikonis, your top 20. Van Horbik and Balandren outside of the points at 24th and 25th at the moment. Paul Jonas. Standing construct Gasquet just ahead of the Red Bull KTM of Tony Cairoli. Those two go to the inside in the final turn. These two fighting over 6th place. No tough blocks through here. No hay bales. And they've built up the wall there as well a little bit higher just to make sure no one cuts the corner. Cairoli out of the seat. Going after the Latvian who launched it over the fence there in race 2 on Sunday. Got a bit of a damaged heel and a bit battered and bruised, but other than that, the Latvian, tough as old nails, tough as old boots. Cairoli looking to try and demote him another position, though. He'll try and be aggressive. Here he is. He gets down the inside. Jonas has to yield. Cairoli through and into 6th place. Meanwhile, back at the sharp end, Herlings has regrouped and found himself back onto the rear wheel, and the Kawasaki rider ahead of him is bringing Geiser with him. Just behind them, Jeremy Siwa keeping a watchful eye in 5th place. Prado was the fastest rider on the track, though, that time around, at 49.6. There were only 2.6 seconds between the first 3 riders, but Tony Cairoli getting quicker as well. He's just set the fastest second sector now that he's got clear track. He's in 6th place, remember. So he's going to be knocking on Siwa's door if he's not careful anytime now. And he is right on cue. Cairoli riding very, very well indeed. He's all over the back of Siwa in no time at all. Alongside the Swiss rider, almost as they hit the finish line. He knows he's got to dig deep. He's got to put in a massive effort just to close down the guys ahead of him, which after Jeremy Seward will be Tim Geiser. Oh! Big moment there for Jeremy Seward. Thing came around on him and got aggressive, flung him down the track. Ugly crash. Watch this, gets on the gas, lights up, just a passenger. Face plants the ground, almost got his tackle caught in the rear wheel there as it span round to a stop. Seward then, out of 5th place. He'll be lucky to be inside the points, actually. Cairoli setting the fastest lap that time around. He's only 6.3 seconds off the lead. Under pressure, though. Jorge Prado from Romain Febvre. Romain Febvre, 2 4th place finishes here on Sunday. Knows he needs to minimise the mistakes if he's to have a serious challenge at the world title. But mistake, when these guys are riding as close and as fast and as committed as these guys are, we've got Prado, Febvre, Herlings, Geiser and Cairoli now occupying the top 5 places. These top 5 riders at the moment are on such a high level that it's no wonder the odd mistake creeps in here and there. So trying to sit there and say we have to minimise that. Oh, Febvre lost the front on that single. Somehow stayed up. Watch this, just comes in. Oh, folds the front. Very lucky with that one. Cairoli still pushing on. He's 4 seconds behind Tim Geiser at the moment. He's got some work to do. But Jeffrey Herlings has been caught by Tim Geiser. This is a battle for 3rd. And Jeremy Seward, after that crash, is circulating in 16th place. So cost him 11 positions. Oh, we've got wave jellos to the side, and it's Prado. Prado has gone down. We have lost the race leader. Oh, he looks winded as well. Jorge Prado, he's close to it. Oh, shoulder, collarbone. At the moment, just judging by the way his left hand was holding that right side there. What happened there? That happened so fast. So Romain Febvre now your new race leader. Jeffrey Herlings 2nd. And Geiser, he's the one pushing on. Oh, bar to bar through the waves. How brave are you, Tim? Whoa. Fight back there from the number 84 of Jeffrey Herlings. Wow. We said if it was anything like race 2 on Sunday, then we're going to be in for an absolute cracker, and it is delivering right now. Shame that Jorge Prado has gone down. We haven't seen what happened to him. We just saw him laying on the side of the track there, the race leader, former race leader. Tim Geiser regrouping. Oh, at least he's up. So he picks himself up right at the back. Jorge Prado. Concern on the looks of the faces in KTM. But it's Romain Febvre who leads, 1.2 seconds over Jeffrey Herlings. Geiser about a second and a bit further back. There he is, coming back for more. Cairoli in 4th, 6.7 seconds off the lead group. Should see him pop an interview any moment now. Not quite. But that's where he must have just got high-sided through that part of the track. Jorge Prado, but not sure if we have it or not, but still looking, I'm told. But we are going down to pit lane to grab a word with Valentino Ragni, the team coordinator down there at Red Bull KTM, just to get their thoughts and their initial thoughts after what happened to Jorge Prado a moment ago. But while we wait for that, Febvre, Herlings, Geiser, the top 3. Right. Look to the outside of the screen any moment now. I'm told we will have a replay of... right. Here's Jorge Prado. Okay, so we were watching this, and then next minute, I think it was just see... Yeah, already off the track. Already off the track, that's all we saw. And then this was Geiser on Herlings. Talk about riding the track limits there, Tim. Still no change in the top three. Tony Cairoli setting the fastest lap of the race again that time around, but we're only talking the odd 10th here and there as he tries to whittle down a 6-second advantage to Romain Febvre. But if these three start getting into each other, Tony Cairoli will gradually gain here and there, a couple of tenths, half a second, whatever. So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that. Here is Tony Cairoli in that 4th place. Anyway, here's Lisa. She's down in pit lane with Valentina Ragni, the technical coordinator for KTM.
Valentina, we just saw Prado go down out of the lead. I mean, thankfully he picked himself up. He did look quite hurt. What are your initial thoughts on what's happened? I mean, he's fighting on, isn't he?
Yeah, we don't really know because we tried to watch the images, but they didn't make a replay about his crash. We just saw that he was on the floor. And first we were scared because we saw him moving that right arm. But now he restarted and hopefully he's not that bad. Maybe he's a bit, of course, he has some pain somewhere, but the fact that he's riding, hopefully, let us hope in the best way.
Let's hope he's okay. Yeah. Thanks, Valentina.
Bye-bye.
Jorge Prado circulating currently in 24th place at the moment, 20 seconds down on the 23rd rider, and he's also got Osland and Van Hoorbeek ahead of him as well. So it's going to be a big effort just to get inside the points with 17.5 minutes plus 2, but he's obviously riding around, riding through the pain barrier. He knows he needs those championship points because he started the day second, 13 points clear behind Tim Geiser and 4 ahead of Romain Febvre. He now slips to 4th. It'll be Geiser, Febvre, Cairoli and Prado. And Herlings will only be 1 point behind his young Spanish teammate. He's about 20 seconds off Lorenzo Locurcio in the points on the JD Gunix KTM as well. So that gives you some indication as to how far back he is off of a point-scoring ride. 153.3 for Locurcio. This time around, Jorge Prado, 152, so he's only gaining the second lap on the JD Gunix KTM rider. Meanwhile, Febvre has a little bit of daylight between himself and Jeffrey Herlings, who is once again coming under attack from 243. Tim Geiser. Sandro Lupino in 8th place at the moment. He had a good ride in race 1, but he's been at it here, hasn't he? Yep. Just leans on the outside and then cuts back to the inside of Brent van Donnik, but not able to go through there. Or is he? Takes the Belgian wide. Oh, very tight at the end there, wasn't it? Rubber on rubber. So up into 8th, Van Donnik now in 9th. Is that a big panic rev from the Honda there? Geiser so fast towards the end of that wave section. And as we look at these guys, Albi Ferrato is still in 6th and Henry Jacobi still in 7th position. They're about 3 seconds apart, about 4 or 5 seconds apart, but Albi Ferrato having a fantastic ride in MXGP today in 6th place. .5 minutes plus 2 to go. All of a sudden, 148.9, 148.9, 149.2 for your first 3 riders. Geiser taking a little bit of breathing space. There's Cairoli, still can't whittle down that gap. Here's Jonas, and here is Albi Ferrato. So one of the most charismatic figures in MXGP, Alberto Ferrato. Although he has been a bit quiet this year, there's the JM Racing Honda of the 29, Henry Jacobi, and then Lupino. And then just behind him, Glenn Coldenhoff. So Coldenhoff, a good recovery from him because he went down to, what, 14th or 15th, and then he's back right up there again in 9th place. So not sure what happened. Maybe it was, yeah, I won't say, but maybe a bit of a typo on the screen at the time, let's say. But Alessandro Lupino, 6th in race 2 on Sunday after a first turn crash in the first race. He's now coming under attack on his MRT, Marchetti Racing Team KTM, from the Monster Energy Yamaha of Glenn Coldenhoff. Roman Fevre still leads the way, though. 2 race wins so far this year. Maggiora race 1, Lommel race 2. Quicker than these guys over the first couple of sectors, and he sets a personal best sector 3. There's Prado. He is still in 24th position. Still a lot of work to do for the Red Bull KTM rider. A hard hit. This part of the racetrack didn't exactly see what happened. Just got to get his head down, focus on the job at hand. He's still in this world title fight, even though it's cost him some serious points. Of course it has. He was sitting there in first place at 25 points. He's now looking at the prospect of not picking up points for the first time this year. And every point you feel, when you've got 5 riders, Fevre, Herlings, Geiser, Cairoli and Prado, every point is vital. Roman Fevre setting the fastest lap of the race that time around. He is now 1.8 seconds clear of Jeffrey Herlings, who was half a second quicker than Geiser. Big man AJ in white going after Jeremy Seewer. Jeremy Seewer now in 14th position. He's gained a couple of places since his wild rodeo. This is why Seewer's in 14th position. Just coming under attack from Tony Cairoli. The backhand let go, went once, twice, 3 times, grabbed a handful of gas, headbutted the ground on the way through. Wondered where that came from. Oh, this will be a decent angle. Look at that. You've got a lot of metal in there as well. Foot pegs catching your knees and your thighs and all sorts. Hopefully, he's okay though. One rider who is okay, it's number 3, Montreal Kawasaki, Roman Fevre. Just dealing with the threat from behind in a controlled manner. It's fast and furious the first 10 minutes. Now we're just kind of bedding down a little bit, getting ready to go again, you feel. Jacobi has found his way past Lupino. Lupino in 8th place. So Ben Watson in 11th, just behind these guys. So we've got Lupino, Koldenhoff, Van Donnick and Watson. A better showing from the number 919. Just coming into land now on the finish line jump. But Henry Jacobi leading the charge here in 7th place. The number 29, the German. So you've got Lupino and Koldenhoff. Koldenhoff getting a little bit closer. Henry Jacobi saying that if he doesn't get 2 top 10s here today, it's not because of the bike, it's because of him. Well, he's in there in 7th place at the moment. Tim Geiser, the fastest lap of the race that time around, as he looks to go back after Herlings and Fevre in what will be a challenge for the lead. Good ride that for the number 32 of Brent Van Donnick as well. He's parked there in 10th position. As we say, things have settled down ever so slightly. How deep and high those berms are. Getting harder as well as the day dries out. Because of the weather, the sun, the wind. Koldenhoff trying to get on the gas nice and early, as he looks to do something about the 77 of Lupino. These two fighting over 8th place. Get to the inside of the Italian. Closes down the door on him as well. Good ride that from GC. Koldenhoff then up into 8th place. And Donnick getting close to Lupino as well. First 3 riders separated by 3 seconds. Fevre trying to make a break for it still He's in the 48s. Herlings in the 49s. Geiser, 2 or 3/10 quicker, also in the 48s. Cairoli only 4 seconds adrift now. Tough day at the office for these guys. High-speed racetrack, digging out, gnarly. While these guys are fighting over second and third, just a quick look over on the timing screen. Jorge Prado within about 10 seconds of Alvin Osland, who is the final point scorer at the moment for JK Racing Yamaha. He's still in 23rd. Geiser closing in on Jeffrey Herlings again, it appears. Or is that just the lens of the camera? Different combinations through there. 3.036, the gap between first and third, a lap ago. It's down to 2.5 seconds. 1:48.6, 1:48.5, 1:48.2 for Fevre, Herlings, Geiser, respectively. Tony Cairoli setting his fastest lap of the race as well. He's got the gap down to 6.6 seconds between Romain Fevre and himself now. Just lost that toe, didn't he, early on? Track pretty much the same. Look how hard and slick and baked that racetrack is. Just those jump takeoffs. It's like that underneath as well, under the rear wheels. See those hard edges there? Just starting to dry out like we are in the south of Spain somewhere. Quick look across. I think Jeffrey Herlings wanted to see where Cairoli was there. I think he needs to be more mindful of the fact that Tim Geiser is breathing down his tailpipe. He'll triple his way in through here as well, just carry that momentum. There you go. He's got good speed through the wave section as well. He's utilising that outside. Obviously doubling his way through there pretty much, rather than just on the back wheel like he has been doing. He'll go to the inside. Very close action between these three. Can't take your eyes off it. Once again, MXGP providing the closest racing anywhere in the world at the moment. "13 laps complete. Romain Fevre just a second clear of Herlings. Another second further back is Geiser. So 2 seconds separating the top three now. Fevre is under pressure, and dare I say, on the ropes. 49.3. It's marginal gains here and there for the two riders chasing him. 48.7 and a 48.8. And Cairoli quicker than all of them that time around. He's now 5.5 seconds adrift. He's just going to run out of time, isn't he? 5 minutes plus 2 to go. There he is, just in the background, tantalisingly close, but so near and yet so far at the same time. Just can't edge closer. Where is the sting in the tail this time around? Again. Lose a bit on the way in, gain a bit on the way out. Geiser. Herlings just going tight, just latching onto the rear wheel of Romain Fevre's Kawasaki. Knows he's going to have to pull something out of the bag sooner rather than later, if he can. Easier said than done, though, when the level of these guys is so high. Quiet ride for Paul Jonas on the standing construct gas in 5th place. Doing a good job of keeping Alberto Ferrato at bay on the SM Action Racing Team UASA battery gas. But these three, concertina, back together again as we go into lap 15. 1.5 seconds separate the first three riders. And there's Cairoli. He's only 5 seconds, 4.9 seconds adrift now of Romain Fevre. He may just be able to join the party, but will he be able to inflict himself inside the top 3 or higher? At the moment, it's questionable, but it's not impossible. Herlings cuts across to the inside. Closes right in on Fevre. He's done a masterful job of keeping these guys at bay at the moment and controlling the pace at the head of the field. But for how much longer can the Frenchman sustain the attack? Slight bubble there for Herlings. He goes inside. Is he going to get caught out here by Geiser? Oh, he just had a stab in the berm too deep. Again, he's closer here. He will triple his way through this next section. Geiser not quite able to get alongside Herlings, but he might get some good drive down the wave section this time around, though. He does. We're going to get a challenge for second position in the next corner. Oh, look how tight it is. All 3 of them. You could throw a blanket over them. Geiser goes to double his way in this time around. No, he doesn't. He keeps it nice and low. Herlings knows he's there, though. Wow, what another fantastic race we're having here. Different line for Geiser, just loses out slightly. The gap, though, still 1.5 seconds. Cairoli only 4.3 down. His lap time, a 48.9, and it was 49 5s and 3s for the guys ahead of him. Chipping away. But the most impressive thing is that the 36-year-old soon-to-be is still able to push the pace of these guys. Herlings, can he find a way through? He closed the door down here last time around, got onto the rear wheel. Geiser's got a slightly different line through there. Jeffrey Herlings latched onto the rear wheel of Romain Fevre. It's a frustrating race. He goes to the outside this time. Wants to go through the inside. Geiser tried it. Had a bobble last time around. Jeffrey Herlings a little bit cleaner through there. Looks across at Geiser on the way out as well. Wants to know where the Slovenian is. Well, blink and you'll miss him. Oh, bobble there from Herlings. Geiser is going to get alongside him again at the end of the straight, surely. Not quite able to. It's Herlings who gains on the Frenchman this time, though. Up on the pegs through those deep ruts. The corner speed with these conditions from these riders, absolutely phenomenal. Oh my, Cairoli is gaining all the time. He is joining the party, and we got 3 more laps of this, folks. So strap yourselves in. It's going to be a long ride. There he is. Haven't seen too much of him, but this has been an absolutely monumental ride just for him to get to these guys. When you think of where the other riders are, 22 seconds off the pace, the fact that he's bridged the gap, I'm sure how far he was, like 7-8 seconds at one point. He is within touching distance of Geiser's rear wheel with 3 to go. But props to Romain Fevre. He has not faltered under the pressure. He hasn't wavered. He brings it home for 25 points. That is a massive win. Again, Herlings changed tack, goes to the inside, Geiser to the outside. No showboating for Cairoli in the background. Bit of distance there between the Kawasaki and the KTM. Honda closing right back up on the 84 as well. 2-lap board getting readied. Couple corners to go before we take the 2-lap board. Prado, meanwhile, is about 4 seconds off of the points, which is Jeremy Van Horby on the SDM Corsa Beta. Yeah. So first, second, third over the line once again. 2-lap board is now out. There is Kai Rowley. 3.7 seconds separate the first 4 riders. Fascinating duel between these three all race, and they're soon to be joined by Tony Kai Rowley. Geiser looking menacing again. Good drive through that turn 4. Almost alongside Jeffrey Herlings here. Has he got something up his sleeve? Can he cut back and create some magic? Almost side by side as they hit that tabletop in the background. Line astern once more through that right-left combination. Kai Rowley cuts to the inside. All of a sudden, Geiser knows that the 222 is right there. But he's got good drive through here once again. Good to the outside line. We saw him have a look a lap or two ago. But again, just not able to get close enough to make that pass at the end of the straight. And actually, if he is, it could end in tears, because Herlings is not going to give up a space to the inside when he knows there's a hard charge in Slovenian, ready to fill it. Entering the final lap. What did we say a moment ago? Kai Rowley could join the party, but he may just run out of time. We're going into the final lap now. 3.7 the gap between the first 4 a lap ago. It is now 2.9. What a race. What a race. Tim Geiser can't afford to leave the door open. Fevre has the biggest gap that he's had for a few laps over Jeffrey Herlings. For all of these guys, it's now or never. Fevre can't do any more than he's doing, apart from try and just eke out another couple of tenths here and there, and he might be helped here by these two getting into each other in the next few corners or so. Benoit Paturel needs to stay out of. He is. He knows what's coming. How close. Geiser almost alongside. Can't affect a move there, though. Kai Rowley might be in the best seat in the house in a minute. Oh, Fevre throws away the lead on the final lap. And then there were 3. And Kai Rowley into second. He goes to the outside. He knew Geiser was there. Defensive riding from Tony Kai Rowley. Herlings, your new leader on the final lap. Kai Rowley may have one last say. Well, he may have done had he not spun up the rear wheel just there. Geiser remains third, but he's been pushed back to third by Kai Rowley. And Geiser, he's thrown in the towel. 2 KTMs charge to the finish line. Is it going to be Herlings? Is it going to be Kai Rowley? What a ride from Kai Rowley. Jeffrey Herlings wins race 1 here. Looks back and sees Kai Rowley there. Geiser third. Fevre, disappointment for him in 4th place. Wow. Kai Rowley, fastest lap of the race, a 47.6. This was Fevre. Threw it away on the final lap. Herlings goes through the second, Geiser third, and then in the next corner as Geiser went wide, had no idea that Tony Kai Rowley was up the inside. And I tell you what, the little Sicilian just snuck up the inside, took second position away, and knew there was a threat to the outside, and defended that line for all it was worth as well. Herlings wins it by less than half a second. Where do we go next with this championship? Unbelievable.
Jeffrey Herlings, you applied the pressure. You were right where you needed to be when Fevre made his mistake to pick up the race win.
Yeah, but the track is so tough to pass, like worse than last Sunday, but we got a win. I must say I was a bit lucky that Roman tipped over, but a win is a win, so looking forward to second moto. And yeah, hopefully they can still work on the track a bit to get overtaking a bit better, but yeah, I'm happy with the first moto start, was way better. So looking forward to second moto.
Good luck for the second race.
Yeah.
That was a hard graft. Breathing heavily after that one. Jeffrey Herlings wins race 1. Couldn't find a way to unlock, well, he couldn't find the key to unlock Roman Fevre at the head of the field. It was a mistake from the Frenchman all by himself on that final lap. He tipped over. Herlings acknowledged that. He was lucky that that happened. But I tell you what, how impressive was Tony Cairoli that time around as well. Official confirmation, MXGP race 1 here, the Bitci MXGP of Afyon. Jeffrey Herlings wins it by 0.494 of a second over Tony Cairoli, who set the fastest lap on the final lap. Lap 19, Tim Geiser was 3rd, Roman Fevre 4th, Jonas 5th, Ferrato 6th, Jacobi 7, Koldenhoff 8, Alessandro Lupino 9, and Van Donnick was 10. Ben Watson, a good ride for him in 11th place, ahead of Thomas Kjær-Olsen, Calvin Verlander and Jeremy Seewer, Kevin Strybos and Arno Tonas, Brian Bogers, Valentin Guillot, Arminas Jasikonis and Jeremy Van Horbik bringing up the points. Prado just outside after that fall whilst he was leading. Oh, we need this hour break coming up to get our breaths back. Here is what happened in MXGP race 1 a moment ago. The first MXGP race 1 here, round 9. The Bitci MXGP of Afyon. Prado with a good jump to the inside. Looked like he grabbed the foxhole shot as well. Bit of bar banging going on in there that got Tony Cairoli all riled up as well, but it was Prado, Herlings, Fevre. Fevre quickly into 2nd. Seewer was right there as well in 4th. Jeffrey Herlings made the first mistake of the race, though. Was there in 2nd position. Fortunately for him, Geiser was just parked a little bit further back. Tony Cairoli, though, making a charge on Paul Jonas, put him up into 6th place. He then went after Jeremy Seewer, who made this mistake all by himself. That was a gift for Cairoli, who moved into 5th. Then all of a sudden, this was the battle. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Fevre lucky to stay up there in 2nd position. But then, just out of shot, Jorge Prado fell from the lead. We had a new race leader. It was Roman Fevre, closely followed by Jeffrey Herlings and Tim Geiser. Despite holding a right shoulder in discomfort, Prado did rejoin the race, but would not score points as Geiser went after Herlings. Koldenhoff at the inside of Lupino. That put him into 8th. Fevre looked like he got a good gap at the head of the field as Jeffrey Herlings and Tim Geiser battled over 2nd place. All the while, Tony Cairoli was inching closer. No, close but not close enough. Geiser couldn't quite find his way down the inside. This is going into the final lap. Fevre with a little bit of daylight, but not enough really to secure the win. 2 corners later, the Frenchman was down on the deck. A self-inflicted mistake. Cairoli was into 3rd. 2nd all of a sudden with this move on Geiser. He defended the next turn. He then went after his teammate on the final corner, but it was Jeffrey Herlings who was victorious by less than half a second. Cairoli 2nd, Geiser 3rd. And the tractor once again with the foxhole shot, but let's have a look at it in real time this time, shall we? Jorge Prado for the 8th time. He'd rather be elsewhere, wouldn't he? Who'd blame him? But still looks like everything is intact. Jorge Prado, 8 foxhole shots now. Roman Fevre 5, Jeffrey Herlings 2, Ivo Monticelli and Glenn Koldenhoff 1 apiece. I'm enjoying that calm at the moment, I really am. What a race. We are being spoilt in 2021 all of a sudden. Anyway, let's enjoy some of the more ambient moments, shall we, and some of the best moments of that first race. Right, we're going to take a break. Join us in just over an hour's time. When we return, we'll have the concluding races, MX2 and MXGP Race 2 from the 9th round here, the Bitci MXGP of Afyon. We'll see you then.